Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I will be talking about, I'll be sharing the steps that I took to become an international student in America. And if you want to watch this whole video, I suggest you grab a pen and a notebook because we are going to talk about a lot of stuff. So you need to write them down. So go grab your pen, go grab your paper, and let's get straight into this video. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, please do not forget to subscribe. And I'm Lubone, where I talk about college, au pair lifestyle, and yeah. And if you're an old subscriber, thank you so much for tuning in. So today I will be talking about the steps that I took to become an international student in the USA. I'm just gonna get straight into this video. First thing that I want to say is that it is really simple. Trust me, it is simple to become an international student, but it's not easy. I started preparing roughly around April 2019, and this process kind of doesn't really end because once you commit this, you are committing and you have to give it your all and you have to grind. Things that you have to keep in mind, or things that you have to take account of, or most important things that I'd like to put out there is that researching will be your best friend. Google will be your best friend. You have to research a lot, especially if you're an international student, because you don't know the American college process. So you have to research and research and research until you find what you need, until you find what you want. That's my first tip. A second tip is that have at least $500 saved up for this application process, because you will pay for things. You have to pay to apply, you have to pay to take tests, you have to pay to send tests, send scores. So it's not even guaranteed that you will get in to these schools. It's just like it's a maybe, you know. So put money aside for this. Is be in contact with your high school and your high school teachers. That is very important because they're going to ask you for your school reports from grade 8 till grade 12, depending of course which university or college you are applying to. All the colleges that I applied to, except 2 of them, asked for my report cards from grade 8 till grade 12. Luckily, I'm in contact with my high school, and they're also going to need your teacher recommendation letters. So if you are trying to study for mechanical engineering or IT, your IT teacher at school needs to write a recommendation. Your math teacher needs to write a recommendation. So be in contact with the teachers. My last tip is you have to be committed. It's, as I said, it is simple, but it's not easy. You cannot give up halfway because you will have lost money. Starting this process is money. Ending this process is money. So you cannot just give half-ass. You have to give your 100%, or maybe 110%. These are the steps that I took, or these are the steps that you take to apply to a university, I guess. So the first is you need to take ACTs or SATs. It's a standardized test used for college as admissions in the USA. And the ACT covers math, English, science, and reading. And the SAT is basically like the ACT, but it excludes the science section. Now, I took both tests and I preferred the ACT. I don't know why, but I found that the ACT was easier than the SAT. I just preferred the ACT, and I took the ACT 3 times and I took the SAT once. And to take these tests is money. You pay for the ACT, it's $52 a test, and for the SAT, it's $49. Now, in total, me just trying to take the SAT or the ACT, it cost me $200. And that's just taking the test. You still need study material. You still need, you know, if you want to really succeed, you need a person to help you study that is familiar with this. So I would start at least studying for the ACT months before you have to do your actual college application. Because if you're like me, a South African who doesn't really have knowledge of the SAT or the ACT, it's really going to be hard. So you need to give yourself at least time to prepare. So, but yes, you have to take SAT or the ACT. Once you've taken those, you need to start your common application. Now, the common app, it's basically like, you know, an undergraduate college admission application to apply to a couple, like lots of colleges and universities across the USA or in Canada or whatever the case might be. But I just found applying to the common app easier because all the universities can find your information on one platform, unlike applying individually at each university, which is more time. So, but yes, you need to set up your common app profile. And first thing you do is set up your profile, your name. You have to enter lots of details. So your address, your citizenship, your family's education, where you studied, what subjects you took, what grades you got. Did you get an A? Did you get an B? Testing. Now, testing is going back to the ACT or the SAT. You need to provide information of your testing. How much did you get? When did you apply for it? Or are you going to test again? So these are the things. Activities. What did you do in high school? Did you play soccer? Did you do cheerleading? Did you do netball? Did you do this? Did you do that? They want to know every single detail that you did, or every single detail about yourself that will make your college application appealing, I guess. And obviously the writing, which is the essays that you need to write. You have a common app essay, which is like the main essay of your application. And then some universities will ask for supplemental essays, or they'll ask you questions, or whatever the case might be. But that's the first step within the common app. That's what you do. And then after, when you are done with that, you need to start picking your colleges on the common app. Now, there's lots that you can search, like lots of colleges, but you need to do your research aside to see which college suits you, which is the college for you, which, you know. And then once you have that figured out, you go on the common app, you select how many colleges you want to apply to, and then you start doing extra things for that college, if that makes sense. So for example, I chose 20 colleges. Now, it's expensive because each college has an application fee. So yeah, I decided to narrow down to 4 colleges. So each college has its own requirements. For example, Jackson University, it will have an application fee, which it was $50. Then it has the standardized test section. You need to say, did you write the SAT or the ACT? How much did you get? Are you going to write it again? Da 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 da. You need to write how much did you get for English, how much did you get for math, how much did you get for science, and how much did you get for reading. Yes. Now, recommendations. Now, the university is asking for recommendations from your teachers, and you can get a recommendation from anybody you've worked for, like any recommendation. But the most important ones is of course from your school, from your high school, from your teachers. Adding another recommendation like a work recommendation obviously makes the application more appealing because they know you have work experience, but they need your school report. That's required. If you don't have it, your application will not go through. You need your counselor recommendation. That is required. You need your final report. That is required. And teacher evaluations. That is required. Now, if it's required, you have to find it. If you cannot find it, your application doesn't. I cannot stress this enough, you guys. For example, for my final report, that's like my NCS. So your matric, like when you finish matric, you get the NCS. I had that with me, but I could not upload it to Common App because they don't want you, the student, the incoming student, to do this. They want the high school to send these documents to the Common App or to the university. So they don't want you at all being in the middle, like they don't want you to be the middleman. I brought some of my reports with me in case I needed them. They don't want that. They want your high school to put a stamp on it and to like send it to it's a lot of work, you guys. Like that's why I'm saying you need to be in contact with your high school because they need to do this for you. You cannot do it for yourself, depending on which university. Of course, if you're applying for a university, they need this. If you're applying to a college, well, no, they might not need it. Colleges are not, everybody can go to college basically. University is more selective. University is more, it's bigger. They have lots of requirements. So yes, universities also give out more financial aid, more scholarships, and colleges does not. Colleges mainly focus on US students. So if you're an international student trying to study at a college, then you need to pay for it yourself. The reason why I applied to universities is that there's a bigger chance me getting a scholarship or financial aid. So that is why. But going back, yes, you need to be in contact with your high school, you guys. It's really important. So those are the things. And some universities, for example, like Stanford University, their application fee is like $90. It's really expensive, but it's like $90, and they want more stuff from you. So they will ask, they have like 8 essays, additional essays from your Common App, but it's short essays, but 8 essays also attached with your Common App essay, and they ask you tons of questions. And some universities ask for your AP test, like Harvard, for example. Harvard wants like AP Math or AP Science or some sort of AP something. I don't necessarily know what that is. I didn't want to get into detail with that because I thought that would be even more complicating and more work, because I was already doing SAT testing and studying for that and still being an OP on top of that. So I just didn't want to like add more work for myself. But if you have the time and the money, you can definitely go research, Google, and make it happen. Yeah. And then after you have applied and send your application to the university is going to ask you for a CSS profile. And it's an online application created and maintained by the United States-based College Board that allows college students to apply for non-federal financial aid. Now, because us international students are not US citizens, we do not qualify for federal aid, which is money from the government, the US government. So the CSS profile is a profile that most universities use to understand your financial situation, and it costs $25 to fill out this form and to submit it to one school. I had 4 schools, so I had to pay an additional $16 to each school. So first you pay $25 to fill out and to do one school. So for the other 3 schools, I had to pay an additional $16 to send out this form. And it's lots and lots of paperwork. Basically, you have to provide, or your family and yourself have to provide proof of income, if you have money, if you have a job, how much are you earning, how much is in your savings account, how much are they want to understand your financial situation completely. So the numbers need to add up. You cannot lie about it. It's just a profile for the for the university to understand your financial situation. In total for the CSS profile, I paid $89 to send it to the universities. So this is also another cost on top of application fee to just apply to one school, and on top of that ACT, SATs, on top of that textbooks. So it is a process, and also you need to understand that you might not get accepted. I started in April, and the application process to university is around, or whenever they need the due date, the deadline for your application to be sent is November. So from April to November, I gave myself that time to study, to prepare everything, to call people, teachers, whatever the case might be. So it is a process, you guys. As I said in the beginning, you need to be committed. You cannot half-ass this because you're losing money and time. So yes. And so the application fee for Baylor University was $0. It's free for international students and US students. Drexel, it was $50. University of Denver University was $65. San Antonio College was $100. And ACT, SAT was $205. The CSS profile was $89, and then I needed to provide a certificate that translates my NCS into American grading system, something like that. Use the company SpanTran, and they basically translate your matric results to like American standard to kind of like see, okay, did she get, you know, because the grading system doesn't work the same in South Africa or in America or in a different country. So I use this company to translate my grade, and I paid $269. Yes, so in total, this was round about $800, excluding textbooks. And that's why I'm saying you need to put money aside, because you're going to pay for a lot. If you want to apply to more colleges, obviously you need to pay more because it's more money. It's a lot of money, but it's doable. If you're an au pair, honey, that $200 that you're getting a week, you could put it aside for at least 1 month, and then you have the money to do this. So yes, and then you wait. After all of that, you wait, and you wait for the university to reply to you, to tell you if you are accepted, deferred, or rejected. And that's how I did it, I guess. And I guess if you guys want me to go into detail with each topic, like the ACTs or the Common App or the CSS profile, I can do that in another video. But in the next video, I'll be discussing financial aid and scholarships, because I did receive quite good amount of financial aid scholarships from the universities, because I applied for institutional scholarships. So that video will be coming right up. But other than that, thank you guys for watching this video. If you have any more questions, please put them down below. Messaging me on Instagram, on WhatsApp is not going to help, because there's lots of you guys asking the same question. So if you just put it down below, then everybody can see that I see one question that 10 people wanted to ask, if that makes sense, you know. So comment down below, and I'll try to be consistent and make a video every week, but that ain't me though. So, but yes, videos will be coming right up. Thank you guys for watching. Do not forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.